I can frame myself. Okay, so let's talk about the camera for a moment because I'm really loving it. When I bought it, I thought it was going to be a huge problem that it wouldn't focus properly because this camera doesn't have an AF, MF button on the lens. But if I go like this, it catches me, and if I go all the way back here, it catches me. But if I just sit here, because I've got the thing on the side, I can see that here is here, and here is here, and I'm in the middle. And I've unfortunately just chosen to try and grow a beard at a time when you can see my shit straggly beard in 1080p, which isn't really the idea. The other thing I'm going to do for a moment is turn that round so I can't see it quite so much because it's off-putting. So homework is going pretty well. I'm quite pleased. The thing I'm pleased with most is that people are doing it and enthusiastic about it. It's quite easy, I think, on week 1 to get people to do it and be all revved up and like, oh yeah, let's do this, this is a good idea. But when people do week 2, and I've asked someone to do week 3 for me, because we do have a class SWAT, and if you guess who it is and put it in the talkie box below, then it just means that you're one of the ones doing the homework and know what's happening, so that's just fine. I've been watching all the videos, and there are some things that people do that I think are really nice, and there are some real gaps that I don't really want to fill in the market because I think I'm going to start having fun in a slightly different way. But with regards to YouTube, I wish there were more people like, okay, Mr. John John. Mr. John John and Predaking 75, Rob from the Isle of Wight, Rob the Plod. When they both talk about toys, when they both do reviews, firstly, they've both got the worst audio ever. I've got no idea why Mr. John John is as quiet as he is. It drives me absolutely spaz because then I turn the telly right up so you get loads of hiss out of the speakers in the background. And if you forget and play the video that's coming up afterwards, it's really, 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 really loud. But what they both do is not just show you the toy, but they're both aware of what they're doing enough with regards to the G1 thing, of what's missing, what you need to look out for, dangerous bits, if it's got gold plastic where it is. I really, really like the way both of those guys give you a little buyer's guide to getting this toy. And if you want to buy one on eBay or, you know, or go to a show where you might see one or anything like that, they give you a little bit of advice as to what to look out for, what's often missing, how much the missing things are going to cost, and, you know, if it is missing, can you probably live without it? One of the biggest complaints that's been made this week is pretty much a lot of people make the same video. A lot of people make the same video. And one of the things that's really come up very, very heavily is hands in front of the camera compared to this is my face. The this is my face people are devoutly this is my face and tend to really hate hands in front of the camera. And the hands in front of the camera people tend to be American. That's just how it is. It's not a social commentary. I do care which one you do. I don't really watch many hands in front of the camera videos, and it's very, very difficult to put across a big chunk of who you are if you're doing a hands in front of the camera video. Pior. Everybody hates Pior. But everybody watches him at the same time. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I know people want a bit of... I think what I want from a YouTube video now is different to what a lot of people want from a YouTube video now, because I really enjoy the transformation process. I really enjoy seeing a lot of that stuff. He's just got a nice voice. He's got a nice voice, and he shows a toy that's fairly well lit on a decent quality camera, and he shows you how it works, and he shows you the gubbins on it, and he shows you probably 6 weeks before everyone else. And that just works for me. I really like that. That's fine. On the other hand, there are a few major league ones that are just horribly opinionated people and are dying to put other people down to make themselves look better. And I'm not really into that. I really hate it. Emgo is probably my favourite actual reviewer. He's the one that I'll go to first to see, because he's like me, that he just He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He's a self-proclaimed idiot. He just pisses around. He just enjoys himself. He does the little skits with the little Lego Bionicle man at the beginning. Mascot. He does the little skits with Mascot. They always make me laugh. If they're shit or if they're terrible or they're brilliant, it doesn't really matter. It keeps me entertained. He has something that an awful lot of successful YouTubers really thrive on, in my opinion. He has catchphrases. People love catchphrases. People love to know what's coming up so they can shout at the screen, second verse same as the first, or transclearant, or anything like that. And I tried doing that on my channel for a little while, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't happen. People didn't pick up on it, which is a shame because I quite enjoyed it. But if you can guess what it was, put it in the box below, and I will just be impressed at your ginormous level of stalker. One person did say, Smuzzy, he's all over the place, which disappoints me a little bit. I have actually gone back recently to all of the videos in the good old days on my channel, and I have privated quite a lot of videos. A good 10 on the day, and I'm going to go back and do some more of the recent ones, but the ones where I was really drunk, the ones where I was just swearing, and as came up recently, and I think very importantly, the ones where I feel like I was doing it for the sake of doing it, I've hidden some of those. And I'm going to do a little bit every week because it's a very laborious thing. It's boring as sin. But what I like is stupid people. What I like is people who just mess around a lot. What I like is people who don't take it too seriously. What I despise, and I mean genuinely despise, is if you put a sound skit at the beginning of Ben's Collectibles. Ben's Collectibles has his little beardy face man with that wah noise at the beginning, which is all distorted like it's from, robot horror film. Except that the robot horror film noise is 3 times louder than all the other audio in his videos. Drives me crazy. There's a guy called The Fwoosh that I watch. The Fwoosh talks about action figures. Marvel Select, Star Wars, Figma, Black Series, that sort of stuff. But the intro to his video is so much louder than the audio. If you're watching it and it's like 10:30 at night and you're chilling down, you're like, oh, I'm getting sleepy. Whether you've got headphones on or the big speakers, it just really, really loud and then disappears again because, I don't like it. It's not my favourite. Sort your audio out. I understand if you're doing it on a telephone, but then I think it's Movie Maker. I think Windows Movie Maker doesn't allow you to turn your intro music up and down. It doesn't allow you to treat the music as a separate entity. It only makes it... You understand what I mean, don't you? I think the one thing that we really need to take from all of the videos is don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Don't... And one of the big things that happened about 6 months ago, a year ago, something like that, someone kicked off about something. Someone else wouldn't believe that the person that someone else was upset about was a valid point. If someone is brave enough to feel the difference between trolls and people, okay? Learn the difference between trolls and people, and learn the difference between people that actually put an active element into something. Take the TFYTC, you are the TFYTC. It's about YouTube videos. It's a place to put your YouTube video on Facebook with all the other Transformer people so we can all watch each other's videos without basically spamming it all over our own actual Facebook pages, making all of our friends realise to what degree our hideous addiction attracts us. If someone that is trusted on that page, if someone who is a regular member of that page, if someone who we all know is on it every day and is still on it every day and has been on it for a little while, if someone is brave enough to say to you, that's shit, is that something you want to stand by? Do you want to take that back? Don't do that. Don't do that. If someone says to you, if someone's got the guts to say to you what you've just said is pretty much unacceptable and I think you might want to have a think about it, you're probably going to want to have a think about it. The only real rule we have at the TFYTC is don't be a dick. You wouldn't think sometimes it's so difficult for people to follow that idiom. It's a bit of a shame. Although, to be fair, modding is something that occasionally we have to do just mountainous great big dollops of, and then leave alone altogether for large amounts of time. It's quite good fun. We like it that way. And to be honest with you, nowadays, even when there is a bit of a dilemma, I'm just going to enjoy the dilemma, because people are either going to jump ship really quickly and go, you're all shit, fuck off, or they're going to say to someone, well, actually, you're shit, we're all right, you might be kind of wrong, and the problem is you won't accept that you're wrong, or even think about there might be a notion that you're wrong. If someone says that you're wrong, there's quite a good possibility you might be wrong. The truth is, this video is a test for my camera, because after buying my beautiful Nikon DSLR sexy thing, I tried to use the audio on it, and the audio is just diabolical. So I kind of went and spent a fortune on a microphone to attach to it as well. So I'm interested to see if it works. My name has been SMS number 1, and I'm making a blog.